Hi everybody, welcome very much to the channel. Today let's talk about Sun in Scorpio and how are we starting the Scorpio season. Thank you for watching, leave a like and subscribe, your support is greatly appreciated, and use the links down below to check more of my content and to book readings and services with me. So we are now getting in. The sun is exactly 0 degrees Scorpio as I'm recording this video. So we're getting right into the peak of autumn, the peak of leaving things behind, the peak of leaving the external realm behind and focusing on the internal realm as we get more focused with our actions, expressions and visions in deep emotions and feelings that are correlated with our passions, motivation, aggression, frustration and deep desires, right? But we have every year the Scorpio season, but it's not the same every year because you change, we change, the world change and the alignments change. So it's very important to know how we start the Scorpio season because the first 3 to 5 days will develop the entrance, the door, and when you go through the door you will carry some of those things with you through the rest of the Scorpio season, right? So let's get started. First, what is Sun in Scorpio? What does that mean? That we are paying more attention and we want to see or be seen as well in more deep, private, emotional, sentimental, passionate or aggressive ways, right? So not only you might want to be seen, or in this case not be seen, but also you want to see things in the world that correlate with your deep passions and motivations. You want to see others respecting others, themselves and yours privacy, right? You want others and you to be expressive in the right places, in the right things, and if possible, not be expressive at all. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, especially during this season, if you don't release a little bit, if you don't bring some Aquarius and Leo energy, you just will create a very weird vibe where you might be chilling, you even might be happy, but because you are so focused in not expressing, not showing, hiding stuff or not be seen, you develop that darker, scarier aura. That's why there is a stereotype and a stigma, a negative one versus Scorpios, because people think they are weird, people think they are scary, people think they are too serious, but actually it's not true. It's just because they have this vibe of, oh, I don't want to be seen, I want them to know stuff. I don't want to even give little details through my body language, my body expression that might make them reach certain conclusions about my desires, right? And all that contributes to the negative fame, the negative perspective of Scorpios. But in the end, it's not that true, right? But you gotta balance things out a little bit with the Taurus energy, right? And act in ways that you show your value and you show what you value. All right, and it doesn't go very much away from there, right? You don't need to do things that are not Scorpio-like. You don't need to do things that go out of the scope of fixed water and the 8th house realm. You just need to actually show your values and what you value. So then others can see what is in the deep emotion, so they can go with you and be fixed and consistent with you or in similar spaces as you, so you can build something meaningful and hopefully positively transformative together. You know what I'm saying? So, Sun in Scorpio also means that we are paying more attention to 8th house type things, right? And 8th house deals with privacy, right? Calculating, so not just privacy, but also calculating privacy. How so? So, privacy in general is like not showing stuff and know where you can be safe and comfortable away from others. But calculating privacy is like, I have this information, and instead of me sharing the totality of that information, let me share 5%. Let me share this part of the perspective. Let me share 10% of the perspective, right? So it's not just, or In other words, we can call this manipulation. I guess it's a better term and easier term to understand, right? So it's also that, right? So in your actions and expressions, you want to be a bit more calculative, and you want to. It's not like weird or bad. Right now, we want to manipulate our image. We want others to know only what's necessary to know. What I show you, it's because I want to show you. You don't need to know what's going deep. You don't need to know what is my deep passion or motivation, or you might see the creativity, you might see the work coming out of it, but you don't know what makes me wake up in the morning, right? And I know this might sound weird, but in Scorpio season, everybody will be paying more attention to deep emotions and feelings, right? And if they are unfulfilled in their own realm and they see you fulfilled and they know what is the reason, what is in the depths of your being, they might try to sabotage it, they might try to copy it, they might try to take authority over it, they might try to claim it's their intellectual property, they might try to make you feel shameful for it, they might try to make others look at it as it's not valuable. So this is really just for your safety measures, right? Just share what you have to share and that's it. Final point. You know what I'm saying? I just came into my mind, I just came into that space, the sextile with Capricorn, right? The opportunity to create realistic limits and boundaries so you can focus on your deep, important, meaningful and transformative emotions, feelings, desires, passions and frustrations, right? So create those real limits and boundaries, and where is deep, and who wants to come with you, you should already know. We made that video, the transition from Libra to Scorpio, right? You should already know what are the right people, places, and things to take with you into those deep realms, right? So now let's see how the Sun in Scorpio is aligning with everything else. Right now, we have the Moon trining Sun in Scorpio. True Moon is in Cancer, so we are creating new feelings and emotions and new senses of privacy, emotional and spiritual expansion, comfort and familiarity, right? And that's a trine to the Sun in Scorpio. So we have a gift to create new feelings and emotions that makes us feel more comfortable, more attached, more familiar, and more expansive about our fixed and consistent actions, expressions, and visions that come from our deep emotions, passions, and frustrations. Then we also have Mars in Cancer, and Mars rules Scorpio, right? So when the ruler is trining another sign or another planet in the sign that they rule, there is more charge. The energy goes more directly, aka we are way more aware of it. We can use it consciously way more, right? So Mars trining Sun in Scorpio, Mars in Cancer trining Sun in Scorpio means that our passions, motivations, anger, and frustrations that have something to deal with family, with new emotions, with new feelings, and new spiritual purposes or new spiritual insecurities can slide real quick, real smoothly, and real good into our actions, expressions, and visions. So it's a gift to be more passionate and more motivated or more frustrated with our visions, actions, and expressions if they have something to do with feelings and emotions, dreams and illusions, spirituality and connection. If it's not, you're not going to feel this gift. So one negative thing about this is you might be just expressing yourself in a more aggressive way without really realizing it, or everybody else might be reacting aggressive to you or thinking that you are aggressive or thinking that you're too passionate and you're just being yourself, right? So just keep that in mind. It's not a big deal. Just be careful to not go too aggressive and make sure to not get too comfortable. Make sure to go through the necessary transformations in your life, right? Then we have Mercury conjuncting the Sun. Mercury is already in Scorpio, so that means that our mind and actions are in the same things. And as well, it means it will be harder to hide whatever you want to hide through body language, because Mercury represents also body language, right? Not only, but mostly, right? So if the Sun and Mercury are in the same sign, you might try to hide something through your expressions and actions, or the lack of them, but because Mercury is there, just the way you move your eyes or the way you flick your hair or something will let other spirits know you hiding something. Because when you're hiding something, you're doing it. Your spirit and your mind and your emotions are moving in a certain way, and other spirits can know that. Not other brains, not other eyes, but through those, your spirit receives information and then they know. Your spirit knows, you know? But in general, it means that how we think, communicate, and analyze will be in the same realm as our actions, expressions, and visions, which is all about deep emotions and feelings, transformative situations, and deep desires, passions, motivations, anger, and frustrations. Then we have Venus in Sagittarius, which is a fatal attraction to the Sun in Scorpio. So that means through our relationships, we can find some faith, some creativity, some expression, and some spiritual connection and spiritual associations. And that's great on the positive side, because with the Sun and Mercury in Scorpio too, and Mars in Cancer as well, it's easier for us to go through transformative situations. It's easier for us to go through deep emotions. It's easier for us to get fixed in our internal realm. It's easier for us to go through our darkness and find or create a motivation or a strong creative aspect. And then, because we're going through all those adventures, we create testimonies, we create wisdom and knowledge that then you can share in a more relatable, valuable, and committed way through Venus in Sag. You know what I'm saying? Then we have also Jupiter in Gemini. And Jupiter in Gemini here is a bit weird, it's a misunderstanding. Hold on. My cat is a bit needy today, guys. My bad. So it's a misunderstanding between Jupiter and the Sun. And I don't think it's a it's like not too bad of a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the way we are obtaining wisdom and knowledge is more light, more logical, more about you just go there and talk. You just read the book. You just are exposed to the information. But the Sun in Scorpio makes you want more connection. More like, why should I read that book? Why should I go there and talk with those people? You might feel a bit more insecure. You might feel like the need to hide. You might feel the need to be more calculative and manipulative, right? But through those misunderstandings, we can find a way to expand our deep emotions and feelings if we are obtaining or thinking or communicating wisdom, knowledge, and our testimonies in lighter, more mutable, adaptable, logic, social, and distant ways. So even though it can create some misunderstandings and looking like a fool situations, for an example, the way that we are even dealing with spirituality and information in general is a bit more light and distant. So it will feel like we have more space and time to deal with your own things, but also when trying to connect with others, others might feel distant about your wisdom and knowledge. Others might feel distant or cold to your expressions and visions, which is okay, right? You don't need to care about everything deeply, and others don't need to care about everything deeply. But if that happens, now you know why, and it's just the way it is, just like how the natures are going right now. What you can do is be consistent with the expression of your deep emotions, and then people will just see and think about your wisdom and knowledge, and you're gonna get that connection. Then Saturn is in Pisces, trining Sun in Scorpio. So here, this gets really interesting, right? Because Saturn in Pisces is basically making your dream come true through association, networking, and infrastructure, or making your reality unstable because of dreams and illusions, addictions, and la la land. So, with the Sun in Scorpio and Saturn in Pisces, we have a gift to see reality in a more consistent, fixed, or stubborn way. We have a gift to act in more sturdy and consistent ways when building our dreams in reality, or we have a gift to, through our actions and visions, to go deeper and get stuck in nightmares or illusions that do not contribute to our spiritual dream becoming true, right? But in general, I think if you being yourself, right, if you're ready on your creativity, if you're ready on your path, this is very positive because we have the gift to act with sureness, to act backed and supported by our own feelings and emotions, by our own validation system, by our own passions and motivations, right? And then we can be a beacon, we can be a lighthouse that attracts other spirits that have similar dreams and illusions, similar wisdom and knowledge, similar spirituality, and they join your Saturn in Pisces, so they join your building, they join the build up of your dream through networking, association, and infrastructure. Just remind yourself, it gotta make sense. Saturn is about business, it's about making sense, but it's not corporate way of making sense. It's a balance between reality and spirituality. It's about getting that perfect life. And the perfect life it's not getting $1 million, is you being in a routine that is satisfying, fulfilling, and that gives you $1 million. So we have a gift to see that way, to see the best way to build, or we have a gift to get stuck in real nightmares. Next, we have Uranus in Taurus sextiling. Yeah, Uranus in Taurus. Okay, who? My bad, guys. Hold on. We have Uranus in Taurus opposing the Sun in Scorpio. So we have a big opportunity because oppositions are opportunities that you can't avoid, right? You're always there in that space. So we have a big opportunity to balance our actions and expressions. So imagine you too passionate, or you too insecure, or you too frustrated. If you have a unique situation that can give you individuality, structure, safety, comfort, profit, and validation, you can use all your extra passion, aggression, or insecurity to bring purpose, to bring energy, and to bring seriousness that it's not too dry to that situation, or the other way around. If you are building, constructing, or in a situation that is unique, different, and changing, and that has something to do with getting your own way of having security and stability, but people think you weird, you doubting yourself, the world has not caught up yet to your idea and to your way to get bread, now you can get more purpose, more passion, more motivation, more frustration to apply limits and boundaries, but you can be way more sure. And it comes from internally. It comes from you. It's way easier for you. It might feel uncomfortable. You might need to tell some people to fuck off, or literally stop expressing to those people, or just focus in your own realm and really don't connect with the external world too much. But if you are in a unique circumstance that deals with just getting the ends meet while feeling secure and safe, you now can feel way more secure without using external validation systems. Then we have Neptune in Pisces, trining the Sun in Scorpio, so a big gift to get fixed, stubborn, or consistent in grand illusions, grand imaginations, or grand nightmares. And lastly, but not least, we have Pluto in Capricorn/Aquarius. So we are having a opportunity to take how we were transforming our lives or how the world forced us to transform our lives. So we had to create new business, new status, or new ways to make sense and be seen as organized and realistic, and then conjugate that with fixed emotions, feelings, passion, motivation, aggression, or frustration, or slash and we are learning how to transform ourselves and the world into a way where we have our own unique way of thinking, communicating, analyze, and doing structure, infrastructure, and associations while expressing in the right way our deep emotions, deep feelings, passions, motivation, anger, and frustration. And that's going to be the start of our Scorpio season. Thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions. A whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. Remember to believe in yourself. Remember to believe in all possibilities. And remember that the best way to be is to be your goddamn self. See you next time.